This GBPUSD trade on 25th of June was stupid clean. Everything lined up, structure, confluences and timing, and yet most traders would still miss it. Or even worse, hesitate and watch it fly without them. I'll show you how exactly prepare for this, the mindsets behind it and what to fix so you stop hesitating on trades like this. If you are new into this channel, hello, this is the Trader's Gap. I have spent the last 3 years studying and testing my trading strategy using over a decade of data, refining it without relying on random discretion. My focus is on mechanical, rule-based execution, and I track every trade, every motion, and every refinement to build long-term consistency and edge in the market. This channel is where I document the journey, the lessons, the insights, and setups that are helping me to grow as a trader. This is the GBPUSD trade. Let's go on the high time frame first, which is the daily. And if we zoom out a little bit, what we can say is this is pretty much healthy bullish market. We are seeing this kind of impulsive move to the upside. There is no any deeper pullback signs yet. So the simple game plan is just to follow the bullish move until it shifts, right? So what do we have on the daily time frame? On the daily time frame, what do we have? We have clean bullish move from here to here. That means this is the strong high, strong low that led to the convincing breakup structure. And last week, what do we got? We got a nice pullback into this demand, and now we got a strong V-shaped move after sweeping enough sell-side liquidities from the market. That means now this is very strong move, as we can see here as well. So when this happens, when we have that V-shaped kind of move like a vertical shape, the trend lasts a little bit more. Normally when we get the reversal is like we start to see that kind of a little bit of selling pressure in the market. You know, we can see that bulls are still losing the steam and the bears are in control, and then we see like that, and then normally we see a deeper pullback. It doesn't happen like that, you know. It often decelerates first before it makes a deeper pullback. So overall trend was bullish. On the daily, nothing else to add. On the 4-hour time frame, what do we have? On the 4-hour time frame, if we zoom in a little bit, we got this massive pull up, push up, as we discussed on the daily time frame. We swept the highs, and now we are consolidating a little bit. Like I said, normally whenever we are coming with such an impulsive move, it often lasts a little bit longer. So that means this a little bit pause in the market. I'm kind of saying like this rather than this, because it doesn't often come like that. It often comes with that aggressive nature of the price action whenever we see that kind of reversal. For example, here, see how the aggressive move is back like that, and whenever we kind of see like that, that often can be the start of the deeper pullback. But for now, since we are coming with an impulsive move, then a little bit of correction, so I'm just trying to capture that impulsive leg to the upside. Simple as that. Daily and 4-hour both are bullish. From the 1-hour perspective, what do we have? So this gets really interesting now. So as we discussed on the daily and the 4-hour, we have been pretty much bullish trend. I'm not really focusing on the all price action. I know that we have swept some kind of highs, and yes, pullback is expected, but with that being said, we don't have that structural confirmation yet, right? Because this is the strong that led to the breakup structure. So until and unless we don't see this demand fail, we can't expect that we are gonna get a deeper pullback. So because of that, this is the demand that is the last area where we're gonna see that another push up, because if this fails, then we are gonna get this pullback. At least there is a high chance that we may get a deeper pullback, because the order flow is clean bullish. We have been respecting the order flow, right? See, bullish order flow, bullish order flow. So now we are playing within this range, as if this is the strong, this is the strong low, this is the strong high, and now we are just trading in between. So this is the only area that is going to work as in favor for the bulls to push the price higher. And you know what's even better? We have these lots of inducement built just in front of it, and we have this agency low, we have this POI form to the sweep, we got this impulse move to the upside, and now we are pretty much corrective. We have liquidity to target, all systems go, and now I'm just waiting for a perfect entry model in this POI by looking on the M15 and just execute in the market to see if we can get another push up to the higher. So this is the very high probability setup, and I wouldn't have that any hesitation during the execution, because this is the perfect setup, and I have seen this setup play out multiple times in my testing, and even in the live market, it's so good. So saying that, let's go on M15 and see how the price action developed, and we'll see if we have that entry model set up, and then we can execute in the market, right? So the first step is I'm just waiting for a PY mitigation. Currently price is here, that's just before London, 1 hour before London. That means this is Frankfurt Open, I think. No, so it's 1 hour before Frankfurt Open. So what I'm gonna say is I really want to see on the M15 is like I need to see a low that broke a high and then get liquidated, and I'm gonna enter with this one. So yeah, let's see if we can get that one now. So this was London. We never got a pure mitigations. We got this slight mitigation, so now I want to see a low that broke a high. That means this is going to be the high. If I see this break push down, then I'm gonna execute here. So let's see if we can break that high. Okay, sorry. All right, so we did not break over there. I just jumped a little bit. All right, so what do we have? See, we got this aggressive push down, aggressive push down, aggressive push up, and aggressive push down. So we never broke a high. So now once we see that kind of broke, I want to see the high break. So now I want to see a low that broke a high, which is going to make that low a strong low, and then I want to see that low to get liquidated so that I can have a better edge in the market. Normally price goes after the strong liquidation that happened. So what I'm going to say is a low that broke a high and get liquidated, and then bang. Right, okay, let's see bar by bar. So we are not playing within that range. Now we are playing within this range, right? So we broke a low. That means we broke a low, and now we have this high. So now what do we have? We have a strong low. Why? Because now we got this low that break a high. That means we got this strong low now. So a low that broke a high, so that's a fractal high. That means we got a low that broke a fractal high. That makes this one strong, and now I want to see this liquidated to go. Then I'm ready to play the buys, right? So now what do we have? We got a deeper mitigation into this 1 hour POI. The main negative confluence for this trade was, see how we are coming in this internal structure, and the fact that we swept this kind of highs and now we are pushing down makes me a little bit of hesitant. You know, like if I am becoming a little bit aware of the both sides. So if I'm positioning myself to the for the buys, what do we have? We have a nice impulsive move, corrective pullback into the POI. Bam! I'm just looking for this trade, and we have this highs to target. Overall trend is super bullish, so I'm not even thinking about sales until and unless we don't see that. But if I position myself on the other side, that is for the sales, what can I see? What I can see is like we have been creating this kind of internal price action. We swept the highs, and now we're essentially playing against this POI that swept liquidity. That means what I was trying to say is if I just take this piece of price action from here to here, what do we have? So what we have is we got this internal price action, right? And then this, we got a strong sweep here. That means now we are playing against this POI form to sweep, but overall trend is bullish, and this is expected. So by being aware of the both sides, I can understand why it was a loss, right? I won't be surprised, and because of that, I can really accept if the trade is lost. So we don't know what the outcome is, because this is all probability, right? So I just position myself where the high probability confluences are attached to it, and then I just play with that. So also by being aware of the other side, it can help us to accept the loss and not overthink on that trade. So that was the game plan. By being aware of the both sides, I knew that you know, I was trading into the prayer form to sweep. We can expect the deeper pullback, but while this demand was holding, I was very happy to play the buys. So we broke this low, broke the high. Now I'm all waiting for is to get liquidated, and then bang. All right, let's go and see if we can get that liquidated. All right. Yep, we got the liquidated. Now all systems go. So what do we have? We got this entry candle. So now I place my stop over there on the top, and this one, the way it pushed down, I think we can get the other candle as well. Let's see. Yep, we got this push down. So this is the candle, really good candle. I use 2R, that means with commissions, let's say 22.15 or 2, like that. Let's make it visible on the 1 hour time frame. What do we have? Where is the take profit? The take profit is below the highs. That means we can have a technical target over there. It's pretty simple as that. Since I use 2R, that's it for me, but that can play out. Let's see. So nice entry candle. The fact that what I really like is that we mitigated extreme demand as well from the M15. So that gave me another confluence to not hesitate into the live market. So what happened? What happened here was, we got a nice push up, we got a nice corrective pullback into the POIs, and even on M15 we have mitigated the extreme. So this is the level that has to hold if we are gonna get another leg. So if we are wrong, then fine, the POI will fail and we can get a deeper pullback, but at least I'm playing with the higher time frame intentions and how the lower time frame, that is M15, is perfectly aligned with it. So if I'm wrong, fine, I will get it will get a deeper pullback. If I'm right, then yeah, we're gonna attack the highs, because the way highs are formed is very corrective. It doesn't form like that. Often when we get that impulsive like pullback, it often happens after we strip the strong strip of the highs and then bang, like this. This is how the deeper pullback forms. It doesn't form like that, because leaving that kind of lows highs. So that was the game plan. All systems go. A perfect setup, a perfect confluences. All of the confluences that I had, it was like a high probability setup. That's why it didn't make me that hesitate in the live market. It was like a perfect setup. So yeah, let's see if I can get tagged in, because I use buy stop. I will get tagged in over there, I think. Yep, I get tagged in over there. That was just before London. Another negative confluences was that I think Paul was about to speak over there. Anyway, because of all of that, it was more than valid for me to play the buys, right? So I would get tagged in over there, and it played out so beautifully and took out the highs. So it was a very clean setup, like everything was aligned and everything. So if I wanted to be a little bit conservative and wait for that shift, for example, here, as we can see that we got this fractal pullback here, right? I can wait that for changes of characters to get that extra confirmation that at least I'm gonna trade with the high, the strong lows, so that I'll have that extra confluence. So what can be the negative confluence for that is like, if we wait for extra confirmation, I wouldn't get there is a less likelihood that we are gonna get a pullback in, so that we can tag in, because this setup was so high probability. It was like I was not really considering to wait for the chalk, because if I wait for chalk, there won't be any supplies left for price to pull back into gold, because everything is mitigated and it's very corrective. So whenever we are trying to play that impulsive leg, which is this leg, if the pullback is very, very corrective and it's all mitigated, then we don't get a deeper pullback. What I mean is, like, for example, okay, let's just go over here. What do we have here? So whenever we broke out, what we got these supplies, right? We got this corrective pullback. That means this supply is mitigated, and mitigated here as well, and this supply has failed, and now this supply was created. This supply was fully mitigated, and then we push down, and then we mitigated here, and then we push down. So now if I'm waiting for the chalk, there won't be any supplies left in order to provide the pullback into here. So that's like thinking a little bit step ahead. If I wait for that, then is there a reason really to have that pullback so that it can tag me in? And the answer is, in this case, the probability of happening that is very low. Why? Because there is not enough supplies left for a pullback. Now this is so, like, we are playing this move, and often that move happens very, very impulsively, and it's gonna be really hard to catch in. So when everything is aligned, just have the confidence in the setup and just ride, and don't wait for perfection, because if we wait for very perfect timing, then yeah, we may miss the move. So the main big lesson for me was like, since this was the last clean area to resume that bullish trend, like, I was happy to be aggressive, and not wait for perfection, because if this fails, then if this demand fails, then we may get a deeper pullback, then fine. But if we are gonna respect this level, since we are heavily bullish, it was like just go, right? Just be aggressive. And another thing was, when everything aligns, it's okay to be aggressive. Like, just be aggressive when everything aligns. You don't need to be very, very super conservative, otherwise you may miss the move. So yeah, that's how I saw it, how it played out, and that's what I'm gonna learning from it. And I hope this video was really, really helpful for you guys as well. And if this clicked with you, check out this video where I'm gonna put somewhere on here, so where I share my during session journal, and which helped me in better decision making. So yeah, see you in the next one. Cheers guys.